right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good
Oh, okay,
morning.
got it.
Good morning, Mr. Jimmy Chan, and happy Friday to everybody here listening in today to our training. My name is Laura Herrera, and we're going to be going through some tips, some training, and some advice for all of you guys on the telephone. And today I've invited Mr. Jimmy Chan, one of our new agent partners, to participate in our training. And as I mentioned, Jimmy's a new partner here, and he's new to telesales, new to final expense telesales specifically. And, when I first met Mr. Jimmy, I told him, you know what? I'm committed to training you, whether it takes us a couple days or it takes us a few weeks, as long as you show up every day for training, we're going to do our dead level best to make sure that you understand exactly how to sell this product and, more importantly, how to close these policies. So I know with that said, Mr. Jimmy, has been working a few days on the phone since he went through his initial training. And today's session with Mr. Jimmy is really to go through his calls. And we figured we'd record this to share with all of you guys out there that are curious to explore the world of telesales, because a lot of you guys are asking, talk to us about the leads. And leads are important. So first of all, when you guys go to Advanced Grow and make an order of 25, you will receive a CRM system. So that way you can start taking calls that same day. Within that CRM system, every single call that you receive and that you purchase is registered into that system. In this case, we have Mr. Jimmy's call log. And we're just going to be listening in again just to the quality of the lead. And before we do that, Mr. Jimmy, what has been your experience with the people that call in or that are calling into these advertisements? In general, what has been your experience? What have
In
you
gen,
learned?
yeah, in general, most of the callers are serious, and it's up to us to make the presentation, lead them to the close, and and hopefully a percentage of them you are able to write up a policy.
Correct. And you can agree that it's happening in a fast manner because these people are watching an ad, they're surfing the internet, whether on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and they see the ad and they call in. And would you agree, Jimmy, that you're it's not always easy to deal with the different types of personalities?
No, you have to adjust with the flow. You don't know what you you cannot, you know, just expect. I guess you expect the unexpected. You know, you just have to
And
go.
ladies and gentlemen, for all of you guys listening, These are customer initiated final expense inbounds. And what Jimmy is saying, expect the unexpected, he's not overstating himself. These are real people from all walks of life looking for what, Jimmy?
Burial insurance or funeral
A
insurance.
a final expense, funeral insurance, burial policy, whatever you want to call it, end of life insurance. They're calling for a quote for that. Now, are the leads perfect? No. You're not going to sell all these people. But just like Jimmy mentioned, a percentage of them are going to become a client. And guys, it's important for you to understand that because a lot of you guys are looking for that great quality lead, but your skill set's not there. You don't know how to keep them engaged long enough to get to a closing question. Or if you're able to keep them engaged and make a great presentation, you struggle to close them when it comes time to collecting bank information, when it comes time to asking which one of them they want, you struggle to close them. So, what we're going to do here, with Jimmy's permission, we're just going to share a couple of his calls just so you can hear the quality of these people. And at the end of the day, for Jimmy, he's just starting on the phones. We're working on Jimmy with his closing skills. And Jimmy, before we dive into your lead quality, can you share with everybody that's listening into today why it is that you're struggling with your close? Can you share with everybody what it is that you're struggling with, just so you can give everybody a heads up? Because a lot of people are interested in working from home, selling insurance over the telephone. But sometimes, I think most people just they see it as this great opportunity, but they fail to understand the bad parts of our business, which is learning something new. So can you share with everybody, Jimmy, that, please?
Yes. Basically, obviously, you need to go through a lot of calls to get it to a high proficiency level. Uh, and 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 the most important thing is follow the script, follow the system, and let the chip where they may fall. And I mean, just follow the script, follow the system, and as much as humanly possible. So,
And ladies and gentlemen, when Jimmy says that, following a system, it's really important because by following a system, you can build a foundation of a predictability because you're following a system every single time. So if you follow a system, a script, a process the same way every single time, then now again we can have a more predictable outcome. So again, for those of you guys out there freelancing it, winging it, this won't work. And in Jimmy's case, he took 20 connections, and please understand, he's just starting. He took 20 connections, of which 13 of them were truly billable leads. Now, billable lead is any lead that makes it past 60 seconds is a billable lead. Anything under 60 seconds, yes, it might have been an inbound connection, but it's not a billable lead. Why? Because you're going to get people that made a mistake calling in, or maybe got cold feet and they're changing gears. And that does happen. But you got to take the good with the bad. And I would rather sit in my office and wait for people to call me, people that are searching for my product, than me chasing people, whether knocking on doors or cold calling people. And I'm pretty sure Jimmy would agree with that as well. So let's go ahead and listen to a few of these calls. Again, I'm just going to pick out some random ones. But, this first one here for 19 seconds for all of you guys that are watching, let's just take a close look and listen to what happened here. Obviously, this would not be a billable lead.
Hello, this is Lord. I can't come to the phone right now. Please leave me a message and I'll call you back. Bye.
Okay, so I assume, Jimmy, that was an outbound. Okay, there you go. All right, so that right there, ladies and gentlemen, on the CRM, you can see that was an outbound call that Mr. Jimmy made. So all the ones in the green, those are inbound, as you can see. So let's go to his last inbound, which was on the 19th, before we took a break for training. That's 1 minute and 6 seconds. And for those of you guys that are seeing this and you're paying for a 60-second buffer, anything over that 60 seconds, you're taking responsibility for, unless there was some tech issue or something that's obvious, then we'll replace. Let's go ahead and listen to this one.
Good afternoon, Jimmy Chan, File Expense Online Department. Who's our pleasure speaking with?
Judy Barker.
All right, pleasure to meet you. We're looking for a quote for yourself or loved one.
Myself.
All right, and well, let's see, you qualify. The good news is we don't require medical exam. I'm just gonna ask you some health questions.
I was calling about the $40,000 benefits.
Well, I understand, but this is a bail insurance. We are a private company. You are qualified for the health, and then we can offer the best affordable rates for you.
That's not what I was
Isn't
calling
that
about. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Jimmy Chan, File Expense Online Department. Who do I pleasure speaking with?
Darrell Richardson.
All right, great pleasure to meet you. Were you looking for a quote for yourself or loved one?
Myself.
yourself. Okay. Well, let's say you qualify. The good news is we don't require a medical exam. Just gonna ask you some health questions.
Again, within 30 seconds, the person is saying what? I am interested in a quote for myself. The other lady that you were talking to, Jimmy, she was calling in for what? Information on a $40,000 insurance policy, correct?
Yes.
Obviously, you went off your script, and by going off your script, you lost her. And for all of you guys listening, it's important for you to have your system down 100%, have your script down 100%, because this is the real world. These are inbounds. The amount of money that's involved in generating digital marketing and doing ads is very high. So to get people calling into our ads, you can understand this is gold. We can't just, disregard every call. Every single one of these calls is valuable because it's in real time. So you had 23 minutes of a conversation, and I believe this is the sale that you made, Jimmy, where you made the mistake in terms of the age, right? But it was a mistake in terms of the customer, right? In favor of the customer, correct?
Yes, he just
Okay,
after I made
right.
a call for the first time and
I understand.
yeah, okay.
So the last day before you broke for training, okay, so you took 3 transfers that day, 2 of which were within a minute. So let's listen to the minute 14, and the one that you did receive, you were able to close them out, but you made a mistake in the premium. Well, hey, rookie mistake, right? Let's go ahead and listen to this 1 minute 14 second and see what happened on this inbound.
Good afternoon, Jimmy Chan, File Expense Online Department. Who do I pleasure speaking with?
Hello?
Hello? Yes, this is File Expense. Yeah, go ahead.
Whoa,
Hello?
seniors are paying me $40,000. What is that?
Uh, uh, just to clarify, what do you mean, like, for 40,000? So, just for my understanding.
Is the seniors are paying me $40,000 a month?
Well, actually, this is barrel insurance. We offer affordable rates.
Oh,
I just
okay.
see you.
Burial insurance.
Yes,
Glad to
is that
know
what you're
that.
looking for? Depends on how.
So again, what happened, Jimmy, is this gal calls in, right? This is in real time. She's calling in for what? The $40,000, right? So that throws you off. And instead of following through with your script, what happens? You go off the script, correct? When you go off the script, you start adding extra stuff that complicates matters. And the person starts losing what? Interest, right?
Yeah, I was thinking that she may just want something for nothing or not, something like that. You know.
So it's you start overthinking and you start thinking things that are not even reality. And you start adding instead of following through with your script. And for all of you guys listening, we have a very specific scripting system that we follow. We have a way of handling these typical little objections that will result when you're dealing with people. Can't control people. People are going to say what they're going to say. But this is what we do know. We understand that the advertisements that we have running in the market space, okay, and I'll show you. Okay. So this ad, Jimmy, see that ad? This is the ad they're referring to. Navigating life's final journey can be challenging, but you don't have to do it alone. Secure up to $40,000 in final expense life insurance coverage and ensure that your loved ones are taken care of when it matters most. We're here to guide you every step of the way. Click the call now and let's start planning for a peaceful future. You see what I'm saying? That's what they were calling in for, the $40,000. But again, in Jimmy's case, he didn't follow the script and he started adding extra verbiage that basically turned off the lady from pursuing the information on this $40,000. Ladies and gentlemen, these are real-time leads. These are customer initiated. These are of customers and people that are looking for this information. Are they laydowns? No. Are they people that already want to buy? No, I wish, right? Jimmy? It would be nice if everybody says, yeah, I'm ready to buy. Whatever the cost is, I'm ready. Here's my checkbook and I got all my information. That's not the case. So let's listen to one more, okay? So we got 3 on the 19th, and on the 18th, you got, a bunch of them here. But let's listen to the first one that you had on the 18th, just a few seconds. Again, look at the quality.
Good afternoon, Jimmy Chan, File Expense Online Department. Who do I pleasure speaking with?
Floyd Smith.
Yeah, pleasure to meet you. We're looking for a quote for yourself or loved one.
I was calling for myself, just checking, just looking in, and as well, I check. Yeah, just checking, see if I qualify to get in there. Yeah.
Yeah. The good news is we don't require a medical exam. Just gonna ask you some health questions.
Okay.
Okay.
What? I'm 75 years old. What would it cost me per month?
Well,
Again, Jimmy, as you know, your number one focus is that introduction to really follow through, right, on the script. But for all of you guys listening, every single one of these people have called in for what? More information. Not one has said, you guys called me. Stop bothering me. Not one. So on the 18th, you got another one there for 17 minutes. Let's listen to these 27-second one.
Good afternoon, Jimmy Chan, File Expense Online Department. Who do I have pleasure speaking with?
What is this?
This is regarding burial insurance.
Okay. Okay, I'm sorry,
All right.
that's the wrong number.
All right, that happens. Again, these are customer initiated calls. You can't control that. Here's another one for 20 seconds. That, and obviously that's not billable.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, Jimmy Chan, File Expense Online Department. Who do I have pleasure speaking with? Hello?
I got the wrong number.
All right. Now, obviously, ladies and gentlemen, those are not billable. Customer initiated. Clients make mistakes. And our job is really to tend to these calls as they're coming through. So not everything is perfect, but the majority of these callers are serious about what? Getting more information on a final expense policy. So Jimmy, you got another 2 calls here, 17 minutes, 24 minutes. Let's listen just to the intro on these.
Good afternoon, Jimmy Chan, File Expense Online Department. Who do I have pleasure speaking with?
Hello, Darren.
Great. Pleasure to meet you. We're looking for a quote for yourself or loved one.
Yeah. Yeah, for myself.
For yourself, okay. Well, let's see you qualify. The good news is we don't require a medical exam. Just gonna ask you some help.
I mean, 30 seconds in, they're telling you, I'm interested in a quote for myself. You can't beat that.
Good afternoon, Jimmy Chan, File Expense Online Department. Who do I have pleasure speaking with?
Yes, my name's Mr. Ismael Salgado.
All right. What state are you calling from?
I'm calling from Dawson County, La Mesa, Texas.
Texas. All right. Pleasure to meet you. Were you looking for a quote for yourself or loved one?
For myself,
Okay. The good news is, you don't require.
There you go. So, what can we say about the lead quality, Jimmy?
Yeah.
That people are calling in what? Looking for what? A quote. And it's up to us as agents to do what? To provide information, build rapport, paint the mental picture of death, find a solution all over the telephone. And then you got to be able to close. In Jimmy's case, Jimmy is working on his introduction and he's working on his closes. And in fact, today, that's what we're meeting up for, to work on that close. Because guys, you can go through a bunch of these phone calls and you can nitpick the lead, but at the end of the day, if you can't close customer initiated calls, I'm sorry, you're going to struggle to close other leads over the telephone. Because those other leads, chances are they've lost their sizzle because they called you maybe a week ago they filled out the form, or maybe 2 weeks ago, or the sizzle is gone. And if they're calling in right then, right there, well, today's the day. Jimmy, anything that you would want to add to, anyone that's new that's listening in, in terms of training or the leads that you would want to add? Because I think it's important, for people to ask these questions, right? But anything you would like to add?
Yes. Mostly, most of the calls, uh, they are serious, but it's up to us to do a good job, lead them to the uh, presentation and try to close at the end. You know, that's that's how that works.
And ladies and gentlemen, if it was easy, everyone would do it. We offer a system, and that system is based on leads, and it's based on sales and closing training. You can have the greatest leads out there, but if you don't know how to sell and you don't know how to close, you're not going to be able to stay in this business. For myself, I'm going to celebrate 20 years in the next couple of months that I've been selling final expense. I started door knocking, and for over a decade, I've been over the telephone. So I definitely understand what that means. So I want to thank all of you guys for taking the time to listen into our training here. And I hope this helped you guys that are on the fence of buying leads, that are on the fence of working from home. I hope this helped clarify for you what it takes. Jimmy, I thank you for, giving us permission to share with everybody a little bit of your calls, your experience. And, as long as you keep pushing through some of these challenges that you're facing, you're going to have success. The good news is that when we look at your talk times, you'll notice that you have big talk times. That's a great sign, because a lot of agents that don't know what they're doing, Jimmy, their talk times are under 5 minutes. And that's definitely challenging to close deals when you're making 2 to 5 minute presentations. Doesn't work that way. Now, for all of you guys out there that are looking to buy these inbound leads, we have made a special concession to allow agents that have the following 10 states, that don't have a team, that are solo agent, and that have small marketing budgets. We can help them with customer initiated inbounds. When you make an order minimum of 25, we will provide you with the free CRM system. We also provide training at, totally optional to you. In Jimmy's case, Jimmy's a partner with us and he works here with us. But to anybody else out there, we do provide that training at no cost, because we truly believe that if you win on your first lead order, you're going to reorder. Simple math. So take advantage of this. And why is this such a big deal? Well, if you do the research, you'll notice that there's not many companies out there, marketing companies, that work in a neutral capacity that allow you the ability to buy inbound leads at a minimum order of 25 to 50. Pretty much all of them require big coverage amounts nationwide, in major budgets, or else they won't even give you the time of day. This is the fact. So this right here, again, if you don't have a team, if you're a solo agent, or you don't have a lot of money to invest, is your ticket to getting into the game and working inbound leads. Inbound leads are game changers, but only if you know how to sell and you truly know how to close. So with that said, go to advancedgrow.ca and under lead systems, create an account. You'll go into there, go through all the steps that you're prompted, pay for your first lead order of 25, and within 24 hours of paying for it, you'll be set up and you can start taking ownership of your inbound calls. Again, Jimmy, thank you once again for sharing with everybody a little bit more of your experience. It really goes a long ways because a lot of people can relate to you as you're just getting started in this wonderful journey. Okay, so thank you once again.